Hello, welcome to the TV room. David Bradley here. Had a question from somebody about the freebie table. I forgot about the freebie table. I have gathered things from the freebie table, more than I should have over the years. And it's a great thing. And what is it? If you've got stuff, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be Commodore related, that you're just done with and you just want gone, or perhaps your spouse wants gone, just bring it, put it on the table, and chances are it will go away. Anyway, I had a question from somebody who was asking, if I put something on the freebie table, do I have to wait around until the end of Sunday to see if it goes? And the answer is, of course, no. There are lots of people who show up at various times. They're not going to stay the whole time. They've got other things going on, but they want to come in and see people and look around and maybe find something else to, add to their collection, or, you know, catch up with people they haven't seen in 40 years or whatever. And drop things on the freebie table and don't think about it again, because most things do get picked up by somebody. Certainly they get looked at by lots of people, but you never know. Oh man, there was stuff that came in. Oh, it was a few years ago. They were um, memory cards, that would have fit my cameras, but there was things saying, please only take one. Well, I only took one. I don't know if they all went or not. I would anyway. I should have. I don't think I was around on Sunday to see, but if they were gonna not get taken, I would have taken more, because my cameras, my old Sony R1s, take these, um, the bigger square cards that suddenly the name escapes me. Anyway, so no, come, if you have things to bring, put them on the freebie table. If you find things on the freebie table that you like, take them. The other thing, by the way, of course, I'm talking about the World of Commodore, presented by the Toronto Pet Users Group, November 30th and December 1st of 2024 at the Admiral Inn. The other thing is, now they speak of, join us for our after parties. Details to be announced at the show. Friday and Saturday nights. I've never been there for the Friday thing because I haven't been there. But certainly on Saturday, I have many times ventured to the Swiss Chalet, which is very close by, and it's always been a joyful, joyous time where we sit around and have a good old time and talk about things, kind of, more like just an extension of the show. Actually, it was one of those things many years ago that I last spoke to the man, the myth, the legend, Jim Butterfield, who had sprung himself from the hospital to come. He had, tubes and things and stuff, and he looked pretty good, and he assured me he'd be okay, but it didn't work out that way. Anyway, so that was the last time we spoke, and I had no idea that things were as bad as they were. So I'm glad that he came. I'm glad I was there. And anyway, so really, if you have time, and oh, by the way, let's see here. There's three presentations listed. AMI Kit OS. Jan, its creator, will give a brief history and demonstrate the OS. John Hammarberg will be talking about the C2 assembler, tentative. Gareth Poole, Rust and 6502, tentative. Note that we do our best to schedule. We do our best to schedule. However, presenters are subject to change without notice. Anyway, in other words, right now there's not a whole lot of presentations listed, um, but there will be more. So stay tuned. Keep going back to tpug.ca and click on the World of Commodore link, and you'll see more presentations. And if you have something you've done, then, or you're interested in talking about, um, you know, contact the the people who are running the show and say, "Yo, I could do a presentation." Now, if this is not your thing, then don't. But if it is your thing and you want to show something off, it doesn't matter if you're selling something or some programming thing you've done or whatever, whatever. And typically I think presentations are set for an hour, but it doesn't have to be. if all you have to say is like 20 minutes, just say, I'd like to do a 20-minute presentation. So, because it's all about the sharing. I remember years ago, I was sitting with Stephen Gray in the back corner, and we were talking about things, and a fellow who I've not seen for a while, and I can't think of his name, but he always used to be the one outside sitting there. He came up and he said, wow, this is what it's all about, man. And he was right. It's just about catching up and sharing and learning and rejoicing in the 8-bit world, or, also the Amiga and other such things. I have not heard if they're going to do some YouTube online thing. To me, that always sounded like, yeah, it's kind of cool, but I think they should concentrate on getting good videos recorded and with good sound. And it's funny, I have this little thing on me here, and the sound is important. And last year, when Rudy of Rudy's Retro Intel did his demonstration of the Pet Companion, I made sure I just had my iPhone in the back, just recording the whole thing at a distance, but I put a microphone on Rudy's lapel. Sound is important. And, a lot of my earlier videos, I didn't have a microphone. I would just try and talk loud, but I'm not good at talking loud. So I'm sure the sound was not great. So I like these little microphones. They should concentrate on making sure that we get good videos that they can put up later. And I remember also they had things about, oh, well, if you're not there, but you can pay, so you can contribute to or ask questions or whatever. And it's like, yeah, sure. Sounds kind of hokey from Pinocchio there. I don't think hardly anybody did it. I think if they want to have things live streamed, then have them live streamed and let people enjoy, but also have good sound. Video is important, but if people can't hear it, they're just going to say, I can't hear this. And that'll be the end of that. So what else is here? Retro Rewind will be there. It seems I'll be there selling things, but I haven't quite figured that out yet, but I suspect I will be. So, and the price ahead of time is $20 for each day, or $30 if you're coming for both. Otherwise, it's Saturday is $25 at the door, Sunday is $25 at the door, and if you are coming on both days, but you didn't do the pre-registration, it's $35. But also there are tables you can get. Let's see. Game. Oh yeah. Have a cool project to show off, but don't want to do a full presentation? Demonstrate it here. And I thought I saw something about tables. Exhibitors and vendors. If you're displaying vintage computers or things related to them, you pay no charge for the use of the table and are only required to pay the regular admission. Vendors. $50 for table for the both days, and it includes one free admission. So basically, if you have anything you're interested in selling, anything at all, and you're going to be there for both days, it would be $30 to get in. But if you pay another $20, making it $50, you can get a table, and you can sit there all weekend, have a place to sit. And depending on what you're selling, it may be that even if you have just one thing, there's your chance. And don't forget the freebie table. And what else? Oh yeah, if you have any questions about anything at all, send an email to info@tpug.ca. That's info at tpug.ca. In addition to the great selection of vendors, World of Commodore also features many terrific exhibitors in attendance. You'll see a wide variety of Commodore computers, PET, VIC-20, Commodore 64, Plus 4, Commodore 16, Commodore 128, Amiga, etc. Be sure to check out the various peripherals and accessories that extend the capabilities of the base computer. Some are old classics and some are new innovations, but they're all fascinating to see. Also on display is a plethora of interesting software being run on these machines, such as games, audiovisual demos, and new programming projects. The Commodore community is extremely open-minded, so you'll see more than just the traditional Commodore computers on the show floor. Expect to see mini console versions of Commodore computers, vintage computers from other manufacturers, new retro-style computers, and retro-enabling technologies such as FPGA, whatever that is. When you stop by a table to marvel at the computer display, don't be shy about striking up a conversation with the exhibitor. They're friendly, full of knowledge, and can answer any questions you have about the computer hardware and software being shown. Indeedy. Anyway, is there more after that? No. So, there it is. More excitement. The world of Commodore. Don't forget, Retro Rewind is a platinum sponsor. So far, it is the only sponsor that I see listed here. And I did write to them and did confirm that if you write to them and there's something that you specifically want and you would rather not pay shipping or make the journey to, and I still can't find the address to their store, that they will bring it. You can make arrangements and they will bring it to the show so you can pick it up there. And I don't know, I'll find out if they are going to be doing any, like, working on things there. I know I've seen it before, but it's, you know, that was pre-COVID and, Anyway, and last year I was sort of at my table, which I really didn't sell anything, but I sat there and I talked to lots of people. It was very fascinating. Always exciting. Always interesting. So, I'll try and get more information on what they're up to. But definitely, I think I'll probably pre-order some stuff. For example, I talked about capacitor kits. Lovely. And they don't just have them for the 64. It seems they have them for the 128. And I really haven't looked at all that they have, but they have lots of cool stuff. They do. They do indeed. So, what else do we have here? I don't know. Anyway, it will be an exciting time. It will be. So if you have time, come to the world of Commodore. And if I see any updates here, I'll keep you posted on whether there's going to be online stuff. And like I'm not the best AV guy or whatever, but certainly I'll encourage them to see if little lav mics can be used on people so that we can get good sound and broadcast good sound. And it will be beautiful, beautiful. And who knows who will show up? Who knows? I'll be there. Who knows? I don't know if my twin brother will be able to make the trip or not. He lives a fair distance out of the city, but you never know, eh? You never know, eh? So, we'll see you at the World of Commodore, presented by the Toronto Pet Users Group, which has been in existence, I believe, since about 1977 or so, I think. And started by Jim Butterfield and Lyman Duggan. Oh, by the way, Lyman Duggan, who lives in Tampa, I have been in touch with. He did mark himself as safe in this whole hurricane business, and that is encouraging. It is. So, yes, the Toronto Pet Users Group, otherwise known as TPUG. I have a long history with TPUG. Someday maybe I'll record some stories. There was a lot of drama. And I'm sure there was a lot of drama that I mixed in the following years, but certainly there was a lot of drama, unnecessary drama, where there are always people that want to take control. And sadly, there were always, not always, but sometimes there were people who wanted to profit from the nonprofit organization. So many stories, so much strife, so unnecessary. But sadly, there's a lot of that in life where people all set out with a common goal and a common whatever to do good things, and then along comes somebody who wants to take control and change everything. Oh, actually, one thing I always think is special. Someone comes up with a great idea, but they're not really the one to implement it. And they say, "Oh, why don't you do that?" Well, that's a beautiful thing, but it's not always workable. Like there are people who might be the idea people, but they're not the implementation people. And then there's people who, I don't know. There's just some people who just, if they're not miserable, they're just not happy. Makes no sense. Anyway, it will be nice to see you at the Admiral Inn in Mississauga, Ontario. Just a maybe a pitching wedge away from the QEW, so it's easy and fast to get to, or accessible to get to. And it opens at 10 a.m. on the Saturday and the Sunday. And I don't know what goes on the Friday night. I mean, I'm sure there's people there setting up. I will check into this. I will report back. So, have a lovely, lovely day. I got a comment here. Somebody liked my comment. Oh, about the freebie table and how you just drop things off. You don't need to worry about what happens. It's when it's gone, it's gone, it's done, it's finished, it's over. Don't worry. So I need to dig into this pet. I need to move this computer. The table is getting resolved, but I got to start not just moving the irons, but heating up the irons and getting into things. Bah, bah. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, there is a reply. Let's see what the reply to my comment, or my reply, the reply to my reply. Let's see. There I am on the screen, waiting for things to come in so I can scroll down. So so the question was, if I donate something to the table, do I need to be around at the end of the second day in case nobody picked up my donation? Of course, my answer was no, you don't. But it was longer than that. I could read it. Oh no, not at all. Lots of people drop things off early Saturday morning. They do their tour, talk, and perhaps buy some more treasures, and off they go, never to return. The freebie table gets looked over and picked over for the 2 days, and most of the time, most everything goes. I'm not sure, and have never asked what happens to anything that's left over. Usually there is not much. If you have decided it is time to donate an item or items, deposit it or them and never look back. I might just do some of that this year. We shall see. It will be nice to see you there. And the answer came back. Okay, thanks. That is good to know because I didn't know if I'd be able to pick up the items at the end. I have what could be considered a retro PC. Yes, it'll be great to see you there too. Lovely. I will type. Lovely. As I said, most things do get taken, and deposits and withdrawals from the table are ongoing. And that is in fact true, because there are some people who, I guess some of the people who even start doing demonstrations and things. Like I've walked in at 10 o'clock on the Saturday and there's already stuff on the freebie table. But through the days when people come, even, later on Sunday, somebody shows up and puts magazines, discs, stuff on the table, hoping that it will find a good home. So it is a lovely thing to know it, because as I say, I have too much stuff, I have too much clutter, but I just have a hard time throwing things out that I know are not junk. Like here's a slinky. That's right, it's a slinky. It's a metal slinky, not a plastic slinky. Now, do I have any great use for this? No, but it takes me back like 50 years to when I had a slinky. Now, is this the same slinky? I don't know. Probably not. This one actually, it has a little rust on it, but it still does its thing. It was a sad day long ago, years ago, when you have a slinky and it got a kind of a kink or went a little squirrely. A very sad day. Anyway, does this do me any good? Is this a thing that I really need to keep? No, but I can't just throw it in the garbage. I can't. I just can't do it. So, and this is the first time I picked up in a long time, but I just glanced over and said, oh yeah, there's a perfect example. Something I have. Do I really need it? No, but it is comforting. Maybe like a stress ball. And the cool thing I remember with these was taking them on a set of stairs and setting them down and then pulling them down to the next stair. And then you could actually get them to walk down the stairs. Would it always work? No. But that was part of the challenge. The Slinky Challenge. Anyway, thanks for coming. I have things to do, places to go, people to see. Well, I wish that were true. But it would be nice to see the people at the World of Commodore. November 30th, December 1st, at the Admiral Inn in Mississauga, just a little bit away from the QEW. Mark down the day and come and have a good old time until we meet again. Bye for now. Almost did that with the wrong hand. This is, well, no, I guess maybe this would be the better hand now. Later.